My name is Doug Wade, PGA professional at Sugar Valley Golf Club. Today we're here to talk a little bit about the greenside bunker shot. This can be a very challenging shot for a lot of different golfers, but the idea behind this shot is to make sure that we hit that sand first to get that ball out and the height and trajectory in the distance that we want. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to start off a little bit with the setup. We've got to get the setup correct to put ourselves in a position to be able to make the swing that we want to use for this particular shot. Here I've got a greenside bunker shot. I've got about 10-12 feet of rough and fringe I've got to get over, and then I got about 15 feet of green to work with. So pretty basic standard flat chip shot, or bunker shot, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and set up to it. I'm going to open that club face. I want the club face to be much more open than normal. This is going to allow the ball to get up in the air higher and as a result land softer. A reason we're able to do this is because in a sand shot it's very, very important that we accelerate through the golf ball. By opening that club face, it allows us room to accelerate and not have the ball go too far. So if we open that club face a little bit, we get the height and we put ourselves in a position to be able to accelerate. The next thing on the setup that we want to look at, we want to get our feet aiming a little bit left of the flagstick. Reason being, on this shot we are going to swing right to left, kind of outside in, cut across it. I'm going to put that side spin on it, which allows it to sit softer, but then is also going to fall to the right a little bit as we swing. So that's why we aim a little bit left. We then are going to put about 80% of our weight on that left side. Why do we do that? The reason we do that is it really helps us get that club down through the sand. We want to make sure we hit that sand first and not the ball, and obviously that bladed shot that you've either done or seen others do. So by leaning left, we can get that club first into the sand, and then all we've got to do is rotate that body and accelerate and allow the ball to come through. I see so many amateurs try to help that ball with that right wrist at the bottom, try to flip it out, and they get that thin shot constantly. And then after a while, they stop doing that and they just stick the club right into the ground. The ball goes nowhere, they chunk it, and then they just can't figure out what's the next step. So we're gonna set up to it here with an open stance, with an open club face, okay? And at this point, I wanna visualize a line about an inch behind the golf ball there, and I'm gonna hit down on that line and accelerate through. I'm going to make sure I get that nice follow through that you hear your local golf professional talk about all the time out of the sand. You gotta have the follow through. That gives you the room to make that acceleration to get that ball out. So here we are, we're leaning left, club face is open. I've got my line that I wanna hit, and I'm just gonna make my turn down through the sand and get that follow through. Okay, one thing also to note is club selection when in a sand trap. Just because the old 56 degree is called a sand wedge does not mean that is the club you have to use on every sand shot. On this particular shot, I use a sand wedge because it's a pretty flat shot and I've got plenty of room. If the flag was much closer to me, I would elect to use my lob wedge. Again, going to allow the ball to get even higher and stop softer. And if the pin was on the other side of the green, I may even elect to use my gap wedge or even a pitching wedge. Same type of technique, but it's going to allow the ball to roll farther out and get to the club without me having to swing so hard and hope I hit it exactly precise with what would be needed for that particular length of shot. So let the loft of the club help you, let the roll of the ball help you in that shot, and you should see better results. Thank you.